In this video, we're going to be looking at committed action. And I like to particularly put an emphasis on the word committed. It's committed action rather than just action. And one of the key parts of trying to introduce committed action with clients is trying to find something that's manageable in the here and the now, something that they can actually go out and do. Often we have these dreams, we have these desires of big plans that we want to go out and have and to do and to experience, but too often those dreams, those ideas are so far away or require so much work that it's actually difficult to go out and to begin to feel that, or even get the motivation to go out and make that first step. So something that I like to do is to actually go out and break down what a committed action would look like. Because too often we go out and say, I'm committing to, and then it might be exercising 5 days a week. Well, in actual fact, I can't actually do that in the here and the now, because I don't have the week hasn't happened in the here and the now. I can only do what I can do today. But obviously we want some of the inspiration and some of the desire and some of the goal to come from a little bit further down the road. So I've got a little bit of a system that we can go out and use, which I think is quite useful, and you can do it with yourself, with your clients and so on, to try and hone in what is my first step. I wouldn't introduce it with my clients though in terms of asking what's your first step, because it immediately goes, it kind of can somewhat surprise a client and say, well, I don't know what I can do. And it's much easier to decide on what I can do in the future than what I can do in the here and the now. So I've got a little bit of a system that we'd go out and use to get some committed action, and also how to go about asking our clients to commit to something. So it looks like this. We want to start with the bigger picture. So this would be our big goal. And when I say in our big goal, it's something that I'm aspiring to go out and achieve. So that would be something that we would go out and say that's going to be a 12-month goal, a 12-month desire, something I want to go out and get in that time. So I'll share a bit of an experience with a client of mine that was looking to be a photographer. I'll change up some of the details a little bit, but what in actual fact what happened is we looked at a 12-month from start. He enjoys taking photography, taking photos and that sort of thing, but he didn't know how to turn that into a job or something that's going to be paying. So a 12-month plan for him was, I want to be in a magazine. I want to go out and achieve my photos that are attributed to me in a magazine, and to be paid for that. And that's like, great, that's fantastic. However, for me, that's a really big feat, starting from scratch. So the next step we do is we say, well, that's 12 months from now. I understand that's great. That's inspiring, and I certainly think he can go out and do it. He's a great photographer, but we want to go out and bring that back a little bit. So we would say, okay, that's the 12-month plan. If we go out and we break that up a little bit more, we might go out and explore, how about within a 3-month period? So in a 3-month period, what are you able to go out and achieve? And so he thought about it and he said, you know what, I'd love to have a website that's up, and in actual fact I can start to put out a bit of my portfolio out there, and I'd need to develop it. I need some time to go out and develop 3 months worth of photography. And so that was a bit of an idea of how we can go out and do it. That's wonderful, that's great. Once again, there's no commitment required. That's what's really important about doing this. There's no commitment to 12 months. This is what has to happen. This is a desire. There's no commitment to having to put together a website. It's a lot of work with a portfolio. There's no commitment there as yet. So it's quite useful to go out and do that. Once again, we break it down a little bit more and we say, okay, how about if we pull it apart, we say, how about within 1 month? What is it that you're able to go out and achieve within 1 month? And so we threw around a few ideas. We thought, you know what, well, how about if I start a business, so I register a business? Well, that's quite reasonable. He had the capacity to do that. He had already previously thought of some business names. So in a 1 month period, he'd be able to go out and do that. Fantastic. Once again, no commitment yet. I would then break it down a little bit further. And why I would break it down a little bit further is because we're trying to get into the flesh of it. What can actually happen? So we break it down once more and we say, how about this? How about in the next 7 days? Right? So in a 1 week period, what is it that you could go out and do? Now in this scenario, wanting it to be a paid type of position, he was looking at going out and taking photography of buildings and so on. So he thought, you know what, I could probably ring up someone in the real estate industry that I can begin to take photos of homes. There's plenty of homes being sold all the time, so I can go out and take some photos of homes and start that as a business. And it kind of made sense that that would also correspond with opening up a business. In the meantime, it would take some time to generate some work. Fantastic. Once again, no commitment. And if we look at it, that's a phone call. It's very simple. It's a very easy way. It's a very easy step forward to get into doing that. Now, this is where I think we start to tease out the flesh and start to make it a much more real life experience, and we start looking at committed action. The next question is, what could you do in the next 24 hours? So that's right here. This is what can happen right here, right now. Not in 12 months' time, not in 3 months' time, or 1 month or so on, 24 hours. What's really nice about this is we start to go out and find something a little bit more tangible. And we've gone from something large, something really difficult, like going out and having magazine photos, all the way to a website. Then we look at a portfolio, opening up a business, there, making a phone call across the 24 hours. And his idea was, well, maybe I could go and just send out a letter to some agents. So what I could do, I could just write a letter, an introductory letter, saying, hi, my name's, let's call it Stephen. My name's Stephen, and I'm a photographer, and I can offer you these services. Very simple. It probably wouldn't take more than 20, 30 minutes to go out and write a letter, and it's a wonderful step forward. It starts to make it real. So what we're doing is we're unfolding from 12 months to 3 to 1 month to 7 days and now to 24 hours. And obviously in the committed action, it starts with 24 and then it would start to move out. Because action requires a level of momentum, it requires a level of confidence as well. And we can start to get that at that 24-hour period. Too difficult to start and be a world-class photographer that has your pictures all through magazines worldwide. It's quite difficult to be inspired when you've got so much work to do. So start here, progress from there, but work your way down to the present moment, the here and now. Then we'll look at that committed action. Interesting, really big things start at that very first step. So work with that, and I'm sure you'll be able to apply it for yourself as well. Enjoy.